What's going on, people? So this is my April action figure pickup thing. That Gambit. There's supposed to be a Gambit up there, but either he's just behind that thing or he has fallen down. Nightcrawler and Colossus are still... No, there he is. So yeah, minor distraction there. Either way, so yeah, April figures and stuff, right? Now these weren't all bought in April. Some of them were bought previously and they just arrived in April. But other ones, especially this, right? So this right here though, this is a Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot thing, right? So if you ever shop from Big Bad Toy Store, they give you this option where you can buy stuff, and instead of having it shipped as you order it or pre-order it or whatever, you can have it set aside to this like pile of loot is what they call it. So what that is all your stuff just hangs out there and you ship it as you want it, right? So you can go on there and say, okay, everything I have in here, send it all now, or say, oh, I just want the Mafex things, or oh, I just want the Marvel Legends things, or I just want the wrestling things. You just pick and choose what you want sent. And it's a flat $4 for the shipping, which is very cool. Now, you can't leave stuff in there forever. They give you a 90-day limit, right? So if you have some stuff in there that you bought, like, say, like 89 days ago, they'll email you like, hey, man, you're coming up on your date to send the stuff. And so that stuff you have to send, right? Or it'll automatically be sent, and that's that. So just something to keep in mind. But usually I just kind of let a bunch of stuff pile up. And some of this stuff was closer to expiring. Some of it was still kind of new. But yeah, it's a nice thing. So if you do pre-order like a bunch of similar things, that's kind of something I do. You can have them set there. So that way when you get them, you can get all the stuff at the same time. It's pretty nice. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this thing up, right? Which is, there we go. So this particular time around, I did one of these Big Bad Toy Store things a while ago. And I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a mix of things and me just saying like, are they really only going to charge me $4? And they did. It was a huge box though. One thing I'll add, they don't charge you taxes until you ship everything. Because up until you ship it, you obviously still have the option to cancel. So when you ship, whatever you ship, they charge you the taxes for that plus the $4 for shipping. And if you opt to do a cancellation, if it's more than 7 days since you made that order, you will get store credit, not actual money back, but I buy a lot of stuff in there anyway, so store credit is fine. So we got a bunch of Mafex things here. So this one up here first is going to be Venom. You might remember I picked up the Carnage a while ago, so then the Venom kind of just made sense, right? So I figured, yeah, let's go ahead and get that. Why not, right? Originally, I was done with the whole Mafex thing because I bought the, what was it, like some Batman figure, like the Azrael one, the Nightfall thing. And then they came out with like the Hush one that was black and gray, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get that one since they're all sold out of the blue and gray one, even though I wanted the blue and gray one more. But then they brought this one back, and so, well, I guess I'll just get it too, because that's the one I wanted more. So here we are, got that as well, right? Which is very cool. One thing I'll say about the Mafex figures as I'm going through this, they have a lot of like little accessories in there, so that's cool. I mean, it's not quite on the Mezco level of those Ninja Turtles I picked up, that set that I got the other day. But they're also about the same price though. It's just you're going to find more of these being made than you will with like Mezco. So they cover a lot of ground. What sucks, like they kind of move pretty quickly sometimes. But I've been seeing them do a lot of reissues lately. So if you missed out on something in the past, something like this, they've been bringing them back, which is kind of cool. Or you can pay like hundreds of dollars over the $100 on eBay and just do that. But that sounds kind of dumb. Scarlet Spider. I had considered not getting this one because I wanted the Marvel Legends figure. But I ended up getting it, obviously. And I do have the Marvel Legends figure on pre-order. It's in some Targets right now. If you're good, you might find it if you're quick enough, depending on your area. But then I saw this and I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna get them both and we'll just figure it out later. The upside to buying these things, being a collector of like action figures and such, especially a lot of this types of stuff, it tends to hold its value pretty well. So if I decided that I didn't want this, I could sell it and just get like whatever amount of money I paid for it back. So, or more. You know, usually you can get at least what you paid though, so that's good enough for me. This Wolverine is actually looking really cool here. The this this Scarlet Spider, not bad. I like the soft style shirt and everything, but I feel like I might like the Marvel Legends more. We'll see later. But this one, this is kind of cool. This Wolverine's got like the extra heads in there. And he's got like a little hat, like, or that little helmet, like he's carrying it and stuff. So if you want to put like the normal face on him, you can do that. Got the claws in and the claws out. Right now, if you're watching X-Men 97, he's got some issues going on with his claws right about now. So let's keep going. Up here next, we have Magneto. So it was on sale, and I was like, you know what? I have a couple other X-Men ones now. Let's go ahead and do that too. Because I started with just the Batman ones and thought I'd be done. Then the Spider-Man stuff came along. Okay, well, maybe some Spider-Man too. You know, why not, right? Get a couple of those. Yeah. Got a Cyclops here. So this one was one that was a little hard to find for a while unless you wanted to spend a lot of money. And I do like it. He's got... This is kind of like the perfect thing in a ways. Because he has all these extra heads that go perfectly with however you might want to display him or whatever. So he's got like just the sunglasses or like the little stuff, the smoke type stuff coming out of the visor, or just ready for action. So I like that one a fair amount. Up next we have the X-Force Wolverine. And so this goes hand in hand with this one right here. I want to say that they were on sale, but I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I would hope that I didn't pay like $100, $115 for all of these, but I can't tell you. I really just don't know. So either way, X-Force figures, it's kind of one of those things, like if you get one, you may as well get both of them, right? So that's what happened there. But I can tell you the Magneto was on sale, as was this Cyclops. So some of you might remember this one from older video games and such, and some of you might more so remember this one from, you know, cartoons and everything like that. But either way, I saw them, I was like, well, I actually kind of like this one more in some ways. But since I had, actually what kind of sucks is there's a little bit of bleeding on his costume there, a little bit of blue where there shouldn't be blue. So I'll have to put a picture in there for that. But yeah, I kind of like this one more, but this one's cool too. You know, it's just for some reason I kind of like the blue thing more. And I do have an actual Marvel Legends figure of it too, somewhere around here. It was in the Dazzler set, you know, Dazzler, Silver Samurai, I think was also in there maybe. And this one, this is the Spider-Man figure, but it comes in a slightly different box. So, not sure what the deal is with that. And there's some of the Mafex figures that have magnets in the hands. So if you're, for the Spider-Man figures. So then you can put it on like a refrigerator or something, and it'll stay up there. So that's pretty cool. So those out of the way, gonna open some things real quick, see what's in here. Normally I do these on lives, but kind of trying to like not get away from those, but I prefer videos, so it's just, I've been doing lives because it's just convenient and I'm lazy. Predator versus Wolverine, I've been looking forward to this. I was gonna try to get the comic books as they were happening, but after I missed like the first one or two, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get the paperback whenever it comes out, so we'll see how it is. I have a couple of these things in the backlog to read. So, got like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter, so I got to get through that one. Okay. Got all like the Usagi Yojimbo, Where When, you know, got to get through that. A bunch of like Spider-Man related things. Here's a Triple H shirt that I had bought because I was going to wear this in a video, you know, but then it became unnecessary, but I still have it, so let's set that over there. And here, little Roosevelt action going on. I get a lot of their shirts, and this one came with a book in it. So, okay, looks like it's just going to be one of their books with like the polos and stuff in there. And I don't wear polos, right? I'm more about like wearing the shirts where they just kind of button all the way down or all the way up. I don't know, however you want to look at it. So that's not really my style. I'm sure they're fine though. This is the type of shirt that I wear. So fancy little Ziploc bag that they come in. Just jump down in here, see what's going on. And all that, you can see there's a sticker in there. It's turned around towards me. So there you go. Little sticker action happening right there. So this is one of their new styles. Like, it's a seersucker, right? I don't know what that word means, but it looks like pajama material, right? They're supposed to be like really soft. This one had initially sold out, but they did a restock a couple days ago. So either way, I'm going to be checking that out at some point, see how I feel about it. Set that over there for now. And then another shirt over here. Pull this thing out because it might be easier to cut into it. So this one is also going to be a Roosevelt shirt. It's just that it is sold out from their site. So I ended up buying it from Stage 9. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Where'd that go? So that's a familiar sticker. It's like some kryptonite type of looking thing or whatever. Put that back in here. And this does say like the shirt name and like the sizing and all that stuff on the bag. So it's kind of cool, right? So this right here is the Gotham graffiti. So there, as you look at that, it's basically just a bunch of Gotham graffiti. So I saw that, I wanted it, but I saw it and wanted it too late and it had already sold out. So that's kind of why I had to go and buy it elsewhere, which kind of is unfortunate, but you know, because I like to give my money directly to them. Moving along, we got some wrestling figures to go through. So this comes from, what is it? collectforever.com, I think it is. Let's see, pull that off the bottom. So these are like $50 uncirculated AEW exclusive figures, right? Now, there's nothing special about these things. Like, this is a standard figure. I have it, actually, from whatever wave it was released in. They really just put it in a different box, different color at the top, slightly different on the back there, and it comes in a nice little acrylic type case. But the figure itself, if you were to open this, you would not be able to distinguish it from whatever wave it originally came out in. I didn't really realize that going into it. I just thought, like, oh, it'd be cool to have like a limited edition Sting figure, I guess. I mean, I do have one now over there, like from, you might remember that from the last video. But that one, it's cool, again, presentation-wise, but as figures go, it's not new, right? And I believe this is the same situation. So this one is being CM Punk, right? Same shirt and stuff that I'm wearing right now, actually. Which, I don't like this shirt, but I got it in a grab bag thing, so whatever. So there you go, CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. Same story as before. I think they might have like taken like one of the previous, for him, they might have taken one of the previous figures and put like the shirt from like a different figure on it. Either way, it's their stuff. It's kind of cool in a way to get things in these little boxes or whatever. But if you see something from there and you think, oh wow, that could be cool to have, do your research, because you may be better off just buying it from like the standard Walmart release or something and just doing that. And so now, what is going on here? This is from the Jazzwares Vault Ring of Honor thing. So in here we're gonna have Kenny Omega or Kenny Olivier, depending on if you're Jim Cornette. So there's that. There's a lot going on with this thing. All right, there we go. Now we're in there. 1 of 5,000. This comes straight from the Jazzwares Vault. So if you go to jazzwares.com, you'll see it there. The figure itself is based off of his Ring of Honor days. I don't think it looks all that amazing personally, but I like it for what it is. So there's that. Just because, you know, I'm used to like the more recent Kenny Omega look. But I do like these figures. I like this little cover thing that they have going on here. That's pretty nice. Set that back down in there. Move on. We got a couple of these things. This video is going to be a little longer than I wanted it to be, but, you know, whatever. I'm just going to upload it. If people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. You know, it's all the same in the end. So, same thing as before. This time around, we're looking at Claudio Castagnoli. So, I think he was in that. Yeah, because the first wave was Claudio and Kenny Omega. If we can get this thing out of here. So, there's that. Claudio right there. So one of them has hair, the other one has less hair. So there's that, depending on which one you look at first. So it's not an amazing figure, right? Because again, I don't really know this era, so I can't really speak on it a whole lot. If I just saw it as a normal release, I'd be like, oh, well, it is Cesaro, so I'd still buy it. But the look, sometimes I see figures like the Malachi Black and stuff, you know, where I'm like, okay, this I would buy just because it looks super cool. But this one right here, I'm not trying to look down on it. It might be an accurate look, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not really like wowing me or catching my attention. But like I was talking about a little bit ago, AEW is really big on just like catering to like their fan base. Nothing wrong with that. What is this? Oh, Bryan Danielson. Alright. Let's go see what's going on with this, shall we? Open this thing up here. And if I could remember what these things cost, I would tell you, but I don't, so I won't. Set that there. And there's the big reveal. Bryan Danielson, you're seeing it before I am, like a pro wrestling crate unboxing. This one looks pretty good, actually. Back in his balder days and stuff. Got the fancy little robe on. So, not bad. I would say this is probably my favorite of the group. I'd probably go with Bryan, then Kenny, then Claudio. Again, not looking down on old Claudio there. I like the guy. But, yeah, you know, the figure. That's what we're talking about here, not the dude himself. So, let's bring that on over here. And I'm pretty sure a lot of those are still in stock right now. So if you're wanting to get one, you know, go on over to the webpage and get one. Okay, and now we have the Young Bucks, right? So this one, let's see what's going on with this. I honestly don't really remember what it looked like. And there's, oh, turn that around. There we go. There's that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Bucks, right? So, oh, those, I like those tassels. They're actually like little cotton or whatever, the like really tassely material, right? So I like that. Because on the other figures I have, like those and stuff, they're just, well, not those, but those other ones, but they're in like Lakers colors, they're like kind of plasticky. It's not the coolest look. This is actually pretty alright though. So, not bad. And I say that just for like the tassel thing. I do like how they did that. Got a lot of a mess happening down around here. So now let's see what's going on in this last one. These didn't all come out at the same time. I think there was a few weeks in between. I can't remember exactly how that worked though, as far as what releases were when. Alright, and now, actually this is a Malachi Black one. See that? Is that the same? Yeah, that's the same design on both sides, just one is black with mostly tan, whereas the other one is tan with mostly black. So let's go ahead and see what this is looking like, because this one I'm looking forward to. Now this one also came from the Jazzverse Vault like all the other ones, but it sold out quickly. And how am I getting into this? Oh, okay. That's different. It's a little Velcro action happening here. So there you go. There's Malachi Black in there, right? So then you got the signature style thing on the side here, right? So down there on the inside of the box. So that's pretty nice. So it's printed on there. It's not like an actual signature. On the front was like him. On the back, it's also him. But just so I can see this thing. Yeah, now this is really cool. This is very detailed and stuff. I think they did another Supreme figure of his, but I honestly can't recall. But I bought two of these because, you know, it seemed like something to have two of. But yeah, I'm going to have to get this thing out of here at some point because I want to know what it actually looks like under there. So there's that. Now, let's move on. Oh, where's the thing here? I don't even know if this opens easily or not. But this is going to be Battle Cat, right? So you see this thing here. It's a large one. It's from mondoshop.com, right? I had been, when they first told me about this, when I first heard about it, it was like April last year. I was thinking like $500 for a Battle Cat? I don't think that makes any sense, right? It's cool looking, but what am I going to do with that, right? And then I bought a bunch of their other stuff, as you can kind of see over there. Been buying a lot of their stuff. Bought the Panther, and I was like, I need this Battle Cat. Luckily, they did like a warehouse finds thing where they just sold overstock things from their warehouse, and I was able to get through on this. I actually got 2 of them because my coworker was trying to get one too, so I bought 2. So that way, like, I could give him one. Well, not give him one, but like sell him one. But he also got through at the same time, and so. And I told him, I was like, oh, I bought 2 just in case, like, you didn't get through. He's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll buy 2 because I might be able to sell it for something or trade it for something. I was like, yeah, well, okay. So in the end, we both got 2. So yeah, the Panther had like a window box on the front. This one, I'm not trying to deal with all that right now, but at some point, I'm gonna have to open this up probably with Panther. The one thing that sucks is it did come in a little damaged, got a little blemish on the back there. Luckily it's on the back, so that's not a big deal. But still, it kind of sucks when you spend like a lot of money on something you want it to be like kind of pristine or something. Alright, moving along. So, it's this, what is it? So, Haulathon, NECA, NECA, they do this with Target. They slow roll out various figures, you know, for like every Friday they've been doing it. Old Blackster Stockman here. This was one that came out, I think this was like this past Friday or the last Friday, but I've seen this in stores like almost a month ago. So sometimes if you're a Target collector, right, and you know that they're going to have something on their site for pre-order, you might find it in store actually. So there's that. That's how that worked out. These, I talked about these in a past video. I went to Walmart one day, found a one of 3,000 Brody King. Then I went back the next day and they had another one. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So this was a nice little find and it looks so awesome, you know? It's got all the extra detailing, all the tattoos and the face thing. It's just so much better, you know what I'm saying? And I also saw this one day when I was in there. It's Logan Paul figure. I didn't really need it, but I wanted it, and sometimes when I'm out there action figure hunting, I don't like to leave empty-handed. And this one, I have an Ultimate somewhere around here, but this one is a little more accessible. So if this is something you're looking for, I'd say go ahead and start hitting those Walmarts because you'll probably find it. Moving along. Also, these aren't opened yet, but they will be soon. I do like my Marvel cards, so this is the Marvel Platinum series. I've seen a couple of the blaster boxes at Target, bought those, but then they stopped selling them or they haven't got any more, I don't know. So I ended up having to buy some of these, and these, you can find them from like between $180 to $250-ish, something like that. And when I say the price fluctuation, the retail is like $180-ish, right? But as demand goes up and stock stays the same, the price goes up. So there is that. So I'll be opening those at some point. This was also a haulathon thing. It's going to be Usagi Yojimbo, like the samurai version of them. Kind of like Panda Con from like the figures, if you remember that. But at least that's what it makes me think of. So I do have this figure kind of already because in that 4-pack over there, he was in that, just with a little different look. And these right here, these were also one of the haulathon purchases that Target put out. I got these the first time I got some platinum cards, and this was like 2 months ago. Well, couldn't have been 2 months ago because these are April figures, but it's the beginning of April, and they just put this one out not very long ago. So Michelangelo, Leonardo's up next, so there's that. And I do really like these NECA figures that they do. Each one is just like, the detailing is pretty awesome. You've maybe seen the gargoyles, Raphael there, and then Donatello. So they are a little cheap. I mean, excuse me, they aren't very cheap because they come in around like $40 to $50 a piece, something like that. And I know there's not a whole lot of detailing going on in there, but it's made for the animated style. So it's mostly just about the little accessories that they have than like actual detail on the figures. But even for it to be an animated style figure, they do still look really good. So I would suggest them, you know, if you're a Ninja Turtles guy. I don't know what it's like to find them now, but if you can, it's something to consider. Also from the Mondo Warehouse Finds, I got this Anti-Eternia He-Man. I do have another one of these, but this one said limited variant. So I was like, I don't have the time to research this and figure it out. I need to buy this right now before it goes out of stock. So hopefully something is different about this one than the one that I have. And you can't really see what's going on in there, but you know, that's kind of what it looks like, you know. Red sword, black He-Man, right? So then, you know, because he's covered by like some of that papery stuff. But if I switch this over here, so that's kind of what it looks like and everything. So hopefully it's different, because otherwise it's kind of a waste of money. So I'll set him over here. Last but certainly not least is a figure that I kind of, or a Mondo that I also kind of have, but in a different color. Because this one is going to be the older Wolverine, right? The brown and the yellow instead of like the blue and the yellow, or blue and goldish color. So that's a cool one. I do have this one as well, like I was just saying. But when I didn't even know that this one existed, because I got the other color. So when they had this one on the warehouse thing, it's like, yeah, let's do that. So it is kind of like the animated series style, right? They are going to do some that are labeled as like X-Men 97, but they're basically like the same thing, because that is an animated series as well. If anything, I guess that'll be newer figures maybe, or people who weren't in the original lineup. But either way, it's pretty cool. I do like it. And there we go. That's all the stuff that I picked up for April. So, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I am finally done. Finally done. It only took forever. So, thanks for watching if you watched it. If you didn't watch it, then I guess you wouldn't even be hearing this now, would you? Later, people.